Welcome to Stress-Free Solutions with Sarah. I'm your host, Sarah Elise, a stress management and fitness coach, advocating the world to trust their gut more often. I discuss various ways to manage stress and share personal stories of guest experts who have gone through the same stressors as all of you at home. Hey there, super moms of the universe. Let's play a game called hide and seek. No, not with your kids or that mysteriously vanishing left sock. It's time to seek out you in the everyday hide and seek of life. Introducing Mastering the Soul System, a 12-week journey to reclaim your time and energy. This course is your gateway to finding balance, energy, and joy in every aspect of your bustling life. Picture this, 12 weeks where the words mom and mayhem don't always go together. Rediscover yourself with every breath in our Soulful Mind Weeks. Sing out loud in the shower or car, off-key is absolutely fine, and dance during our Soulful Body sessions, and embrace the quiet whispers of your heart in our Soulful Spirit adventures. It's about time your spirit got a front row seat, don't you think? Join us on this journey. Embrace the harmony between being a dedicated mom and your personal aspirations. Mastering the soul system, because darling, in the noise, find your silence. And maybe, just maybe, a bit of that elusive thing called me time. You deserve to thrive, not just survive. So come on, slide into our world at www.livewellenhanceyou.com/soul system. Your journey back to you starts now. Some of you might have known that my husband got his art installation, the Rainbow Daydream Machine, into Electric Forest Music Festival. And I had the privilege of being able to go there with him. That being said, I was so nervous to leave my baby alone, not because my in-laws aren't incredible, but just not being around my daughter for such a long period of time. But what I discovered was that this time was me rediscovering joy and being playful again. By being playful in this forest, I'm bringing a lot more back home to my daughter. It's scary sometimes, guys. It's really hard to break away from the routine because we're so used to having things a certain way. So I thought, why not share with you day by day what we did in the electric forest? I flew out on Monday and got into Grand Rapids around 5 p.m. And what I love, because originally I'm from the Midwest, I immediately saw a coffee shop, a brewery, and a Freddy's all in walking distance immediately when I got off the tarmac. It was amazing. And I immediately felt back home to my roots. My husband and his cousin picked me up and we went immediately to Walmart, got some essentials, then got into Electric Forest and proceeded to set up our tents. Now, I realized that the last time we went, I really didn't set up the tent. So I was already in a crash course on tent making. And it was starting to get laid out and we're tired. But we had to set up shop and make everything cozy. In the morning, we started right away working. We had to assemble my husband's piece. And where it was situated was honestly in the perfect location. When you enter the festival, there's a couple of stages, and then there's the forest itself. In the forest, his piece was situated between this giant hexagonal shape and it lights up at night and almost like an igloo on the other side. Then at the point was the electric forest sign. So setting up, we discovered things that were working and that weren't working. And we had to ask the incredible mind in construction how to do some adjustments. And I learned a lot, but I know my husband learned the most. The next day was a little bit slower pace, but it was fun because I just got to take a look at the forest before all the patrons came. And that night it rained a bit. And as I was laying in the tent reading my book, I couldn't help to think about what we were doing and creating and what we're showing our daughter by doing this project together. This project is more than just an art installation. It's showing our daughter how two people can be so supportive of each other. Don't get me wrong, while my husband was working on this project, I felt exhausted constantly. I didn't feel like myself. But when I was there, I saw the vision and I saw what he was creating. And I was grateful that I got to be there for the process. When Thursday rolled around, it was the big day. And as soon as the people came dashing in, I honestly couldn't help to think, what an incredible experience to see people feel like kids again. And they were playing with Evan's art piece in ways that we weren't expecting. It was a kaleidoscope. So on both sides, they're open. So people would go from one side to the other. They would talk and share little secrets. They would laugh. They would take pictures. And it was just a fun, unique experience that I don't think any of us were expecting. When people found out that he was the artist, Evan just had such a smile on his face. And that lit me up too. By Friday, we started to get more of a groove. We made the piece a little bit stronger, and we kind of had to do that each day. So Friday, we made it a little bit stronger. And then we decided we were going to really enjoy the concerts at night. Thursday, we did see a couple of incredible acts. I highly recommend Hot and Freddie. They're fabulous. Go check out their music. But on Friday, we went to see a couple of DJ sets as well as this incredible group from Ontario, Canada called The Free Label. And they had this soulful energy. They were dancing with the little Motown moves, and I was just feeling it all night. But the moment that really stuck out for me was actually this art installation called Heart Center. And I'm shouting you out, Juliana, because you're incredible. Years ago, one of Juliana's friends passed away, and she wanted to create something special for him. He always loved electric forests. So she went and came up with this idea that has grown into creating something for your loved one, a spot where you can go almost like a sanctuary and remember them. So I decided to create one for my father, and you could choose to put a trinket in there. But to keep it down, you would just put a thing of sand inside the little paper bag that you decorated and a light. And it was so beautiful by the time it got laid out, and just seeing the message I wrote to him brought tears to my eyes. And my husband, he decided to do one for his brother who had passed away at a very, very young age, named Lewis. It just felt so right to be honoring people in this glorious space. And I had stuck a ring inside of there. It's one of those little crown trinkets, and a memory that kept popping up for me Pretty Pretty Princess. When I was little, my father and I would play that all the time together. We'd have so much fun. And I thought every time I go there, I can just take a look at that little ring. And I had an additional one for myself. He was such an amazing girl dad. And that is a memory that will always stay in my mind when he had the crown on, the rings, the earrings, all the jewelry. And he was on a plane playing Pretty Pretty Princess with me. What an incredible girl dad, right? So later that night, it was really starting to get late. I decided to have my husband and his cousin come with me to the bag that I created. And I decided to take out that ring and give it to my husband as a token. Because what I realized in that moment was that I chose an amazing husband, but also the perfect father for our little girl, Samara. And now he'll have that ring to remind him that I know what a wonderful father he is, just like my dad. And it was just kind of a full circle moment. And we were both tearing up and embracing. And then to close the night out, we went to Lewis and the Child. And on the stage is a giant crown. That's their logo. It's just us taking a deep breath and then just letting loose for the rest of the night. It was so magical. And it was me taking that memory and living in it in a real positive way. I'll never forget the look on all of our faces as we just watched the fireworks show at the end of Lewis and the Child. I'm going to break this into a two-parter so I can share with you some epiphanies I had at Electric Forest. I hope you enjoyed that. And I want you to remember to be kind to yourself and speak well to yourself on this self-love journey.
Thanks to Dan Lieber at Beckett Brown Music for the intro and outro music. You can keep in touch with me on Instagram at Sarah Elise Coaching. If you're looking to improve your health and wellness, check out my business, livewellenhanceyou.com. While you're there, join the Live Well Enhance You email list and receive exclusive offers for our wellness programs and events. Until next time, take care.